Good evening everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officers at 24/7. My name is Amanjyot and today it's our 11th class for our AML KYC certification exam. So in this class we are going to practice certain questions, certain MCQs which are related to operating guidelines of KYC. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the operating guidelines of KYC, that is know your customer. So first of all, let's have an understanding of KYC and then we will continue with the MCQs related to the topic. Okay, so before starting the session, let me know, am I audible to all of you and the PPT is also visible? Are we good to go? Is audio video both are okay? Are we good to go? Okay, so let's start. First of all, those candidates who are new to the channel, do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions on Officers at 24/7 you will get notified on your mail or your notification. Okay, so now let's start with the KYC. First of all, when we are talking about the KYC stands for know your customer. Now what is know your customer? It is a process which is performed by the commercial bank, or it is the process which is performed by the financial institution to make their customer known about to make themselves know about their customer information. So whenever a financial institution are linking any customer with themselves, then the financial institution try to gain a certain documents of the customer to know that what customer is it, what is the credit history of the customer, is a customer was default or fraud in any time while performing the financial transaction or not. So what is the payment history, what is the credit worthiness, what is the credit history of the customer. So know about the customer, a process which is very mandatory for all the financial institutions to perform is your KYC, that is know your customer. Clear? Now when we are talking about know your customer, now why we are using certain documentation review. So the KYC analyst is the person who review the documentation of the customer to know that what type of customer is this and how we can link this customer to the bank, or we should link the customer with the bank or not as per the credit history of the customer. Okay, now when it comes to the KYC, we required certain documentation or required certain information to perform under the KYC. So first, the requirement of the information which we need to perform the KYC process is the name of the customer, the date of birth of the customer, proof of the address of the customer, government issued identification number, it can be in form of driving license, passport, voter ID, Aadhaar, anything. Now certified articles of incorporation will be required. In partnership agreement, partnership form, partnership agreement will be required. In form of trust, the trust instrument will be required. And if you are doing a certain government business, that the government issued business license will be required. These are the certain information which is required to fulfill the KYC process. It is the name of the customer, date of birth of the customer, proof of the address, government issue identification number, then government issues identity that is in form of license or passport or anything. After that, in case of partnership firm, partnership agreement is required. In case of company, certified article of incorporation is required. In case of trust information is required, trust instrument is required. Okay, so verifying document, it can be of financial reference. You have to give certain documents which are giving you the financial reference. Second, the data from a customer reporting agency or public database which will you require, and the financial statement related to the company or the customer transaction. So whenever we are performing the KYC, these are the things, these are the information which is required by the bank. Now when we are talking about the process of KYC, the process of KYC is divided into certain steps. So first of all, let's understand what is the process of KYC. Process of KYC. So the first process of KYC is simply setting up, it is setting up customer data. It is setting up customer data, or it can include uploading, it can include uploading, identifying documents. Okay, so first is setting up customer data, that is uploading, identifying customer documents into the CRM system. Now what is CRM? Customer Relationship Management System. These data will be set up by the bank employees under the CRM system. What is CRM system? Customer relationship management system, in which you maintain the data of the customer so that you will maintain a certain relation with the customer. Okay, after that, in the second step, you have to do the validation. At the second stage, validating customer information, both structured and unstructured. Structured and unstructured. It can be collects data or accesses database of CRM system in which you have maintained the data of the customer. Okay, and then the data which is fills in the forms. Okay, so you have to validate the data whichever you have collected about the customer by these process. First of all, you have to do the validating customer information. You have to validate the customer information by both the sources. It can be a structured source, it can be an unstructured source, or the data you have collected from the survey or anything else. And next, the database which is maintained under the customer relationship management system. You can access that data, and at the end, the customer has filled the form. When the customer has come to your branch, so the customer has filled the form, so that you have to also validate the detail which was given by the customer in the form. So the validation of the customer information is very important. Okay, after that, the gathering and monitoring. Gathering and monitoring is required. So the gathering and monitoring of customer information from the various database will be done because of the validation of the data. Okay, after that, this can be done by customer screening by verifying existing customer data through government database. Okay, so this is what we have to do in the next step. So first, we are saying that we are validating the data of the customer we have got. So when you are doing the validation of the data, from where you are collecting the data, you are gathering and monitoring the data of the customer. You are doing the customer screening by verifying the existing customer data through the government database. So whatever the data is government maintaining about that particular customer, you can validate the data from there also. Okay, after that, after validating that, you have to store and manage the data. So fifth step will be storing and managing data from multiple system. Okay, so from any store or from any system we are collecting the data. It can be any portal. Okay, it can be any system, it can be a real-time easy access portal. From everywhere you are collecting the data of the customer, you have to store and manage that data. Okay, so that for the future use, you can use this particular database, you can use this particular information about the customer. Okay, and at the end, what you have to do, you have to do the real-time monitoring alerts. You have to give real-time monitoring alerts. Now this real-time monitoring alerts is very important. Whenever you have collected the data of the customer, you have stored the data of the customer, you have managed the data of the customer. So at the end, what is required? It is required that you can give real-time monitoring alerts whenever the customer has not updated periodically the KYC, whenever a customer is performing any different kind of activity, any suspicious transaction, then the customer transactions will be immediately give notification or give alert to the financial system. Okay, and at the end, what you have to do, you have to do the audit trial, maintenance. Okay, audit, trial, maintenance. So these are the certain activities which we have to perform at the time of operating guidelines of the KYC, fulfilling operating guidelines of the KYC. So the guidelines given by Reserve Bank of India for KYC, we have to update according to this. We have to follow this particular process of the KYC. Okay, so this is the overall process of KYC which we have discussed. First, you have to set up the customer data by uploading the data of the customer on the customer relationship management system. After that, you have to validate that data from wherever you are collecting the data of the customer. It can be gathering and monitoring on the basis of the financial institution. Second, it can be customer screening or verifying the data of the customer from the government database. Third, it can be storing and managing the data from the multiple system or multiple portals also. So you have to validate the data, that whatever data given by the customer or whatever data we have collected or whatever data government has about that particular customer, is it validate or not, is it correct or not, or the customer has given different data to a different portal or the system. Okay, so you have to validate that. After validation, you will give the real-time monitoring alerts, because now you have stored and you are managing the data from multiple system of the customer. So when you have stored the data, when you have monitoring the data from multiple system you have collected, then at the end you will be able to give the real-time monitoring alerts to the financial institution. And at the end, audit, trial, maintenance should be there. Time to time the audit should be there by the banks to know that the KYC guidelines is fulfilled by the customer or not, is fulfilled by the financial institution or not. Okay, so these are the certain process or operating guidelines related to the KYC. Now let's come to the first question, which is related to the operating guidelines. Tushar, what is your question? Let me know. Do write again what is your question. Now next is, which of the following is not valid primary identifier? So which of the following: date of birth, PAN card, or latest copy of electricity bill or name? So which of the following is not a valid primary identifier under the KYC process? So which of the following will be the true option? Is it a date of birth? Is it a PAN card? Is it a name? Is it a latest copy of electricity bill? Which of the following is true? Which is not a valid primary identifier. Now do focus on the keywords. It is asking about the primary identifier. So which of the following is not a primary identifier of A, B, C or D? Now let me know. Naresh is saying that is PAN card. Okay, what about rest? First of all, we are talking about the primary identifier. When we are talking about the primary identifier, so the date of birth is important, PAN card is important, name of the customer is important, because you are trying to know the primary things of the customer, na primary identity you are getting. So the next is, which is not valid primary identifier, is your C option, that is saying latest copy of electricity bill. So date of birth will be there, PAN card will be there, name will be there, the latest copy of electricity bill will not be there. Okay, so right answer will be C option, because we are talking about the primary identifier. Now the second question is, while opening account, UCIC means. What is the full form of UCIC, which is related to the opening of account? Is it unique customer identification character? Is it unique customer index code? Is it unique customer identification code? Is it unique customer identification criterion? So which of the following is true about the UCIC full form at the time of opening account we are using? A, B, C or D? Let me know what will be the right answer. Naresh is saying C. Okay, right. So right answer will be unique customer identification code, that is C option. unique customer identification code is true. When it comes to the context of opening account under opening account, UCIC means is unique customer identification code. Okay, so right answer will be your C. Now, for opening account in case of joint Hindu undivided family, the following documents are very important. When you are opening an account of joint Hindu undivided family, then which of the following document is very important? First is saying declaration of all family members. Second is saying declaration can be exempted as per Hindu Succession Act. Third is saying declaration of all guardians on behalf of minors. And fourth is saying declaration of Karta of the family. So which of the following document is very important at the time of opening joint Hindu undivided family account? A, B, C or D? Which of the following is very important at the time of opening the joint Hindu undivided family account? Okay, third is your D, very good. The declaration of Karta of the family, very good. So the right option for the third question is your D, that is declaration of Karta of the family. It is an important document at the time of opening account of joint Hindu undivided family. Now next question is during customer acceptance and identification activities, on which of the following customers should enhanced due diligence be conducted? So the question is asking that during the customer acceptance and identification activity which is performed by the financial institution, which of the following customers should enhance the due delegation to be conducted? So on which of the following customer the financial institution has to enhance due diligence to be conducted? Is it trustee, nominee and fiduciaries? Is it non-face-to-face customer? Is it correspondent account? Is it all of the above? So which of the following is true? A, B, C or D? So during the customer acceptance and identification activity performed by the financial institution, which of the following customers should enhanced due diligence be conducted? What will be the right answer for the fourth question? Om is saying D, okay. What about rest? So the right answer will be your D, that is all of these, because at the time of during customer acceptance and identification activity, you have to enhance the due diligence to be conducted for all of these customers. It can be trustee, nominee, fiduciary, it can be non-face-to-face customer, it can be correspondent account, okay. And what is correspondent account we have discussed in the earlier classes already. Now the next question is, in case of society, the important document to be verified is, when you are talking about the society, which of the following will be your important document to be verified? So it is saying certificate given by ROC, no documents is to be verified in case of society as it is exempted. C is saying copy by laws, one second. Copy by laws. Fourth is saying certificate given by local authorities. So which of the following will be true? A, B, C or D? So in case of societies, the important document to be verified, certificate given by ROC, no document is to be verified in case of societies as it is exempted, copy by laws and certificate given by local authorities. What will be the answer for the fifth question? Fifth is B, that is no document is to be verified in case of societies as it is exempted. Okay, what about rest? So the right answer for this in case of societies, the important document to be verified is the copies by law given. Okay, the copy by laws given, that should be your document to be verified. So when we are talking about the non-profit organization, it means any entity or organization that is registered as a trust or a society, okay, under the Society Registration Act, which was launched in the year 1860. So, or any similar state legislation or a company which is registered under the Section 25 of Companies Act 1956, okay. So the reporting entity will be your, you have to check the copy by the laws, okay. So right answer will be your C option. Next. Permanent account number is compulsory for fixed deposit remittance like DDs, TTs, RTCs, etc. So what is the limit for permanent account number for fixed deposit remittances like demand draft, TTs and RTCs? Which of the following will be true? A, B, C or D? It's a very common question. So simply permanent account number, that is PAN number for fixed deposit remittances like DDs you are doing, TTs you are doing, RTCs you are doing, okay. So if the amount, okay, sixth is B, B is your 50,000, okay. So when we are talking about the permanent account number is compulsory for fixed deposit and remittances like DDs, TTs or RTCs. If the amount exceeds 50,000 due to a structuring deposit, then you have to give that. So right answer will be your D, that is if the amount exceeds rupees 50,000. Very good. So right answer for the sixth question is B. Okay, next. At bank's instance, bank may like to close the account of undesirable customer if first is saying legally the customer is not bound to give any reason for closure of his account. Second is saying when customer acts in manner detrimental to bank's prestige. Third is saying the request by customer is signed by all the joint account holders. And fourth is saying all of these. So which of the following is correct at the condition that bank instance or bank may like to close the account of the undesirable customer if the customer is performing which of the following statement is true? Is it your legally the customer is not bound to give any reason for closure of the account? Is it when customer acts in a manner detrimental to bank's prestige? It means you are reducing the bank's value or bank's brand value. And third is the request by customer is signed by all the joint account holders to not to close the undesirable customer account. And D is all of these. So what will be the right answer for the seventh question? A, B, C or D? So the right answer for the seventh question will be Naresh is saying D. Okay. No. Right answer is when customer acts in a manner that is detrimental to the bank's prestige. In that situation, bank can close the account of undesirable customer. Okay. So right answer will be your B, that is when customer acts in a manner that is detrimental to the bank's prestige or the bank's value or the bank's goodwill. Okay, so right answer will be your B option. Now, once KYC requirements are compiled with while opening the account, whether the bank can again ask for KYC compliance from its customer, yes or no? So when bank has already compiled the KYC information at the time of opening of account of the customer, so after opening account and completing the KYC compliance, can a bank ask with the customer about the KYC again or not? What will be the answer? Yes or no? It can be asked by bank again or not? Okay, everyone is saying yes. Very good. So right answer will be your yes, because we have already discussed that the periodic updation of the KYC is very much required, at the condition in which we are talking about low risk, medium risk and high risk. So on the basis of the risk level of the customer, which can be created by the customer or which can be exposed to the bank because of the customer risk, according to that we have to do the periodically updation of the KYC. And again, whenever a bank wants to clarify the information of the customer, it can ask about the KYC. So right answer will be yes, bank can ask about KYC compliance from its customer again and again. Okay, so right answer will be B. Now let me know, out of 8, how many questions you have done correct regarding about the operating guidelines of KYC. Now till then, there is an information for all of you that we are conducting a quiz, that is a big interbank quiz, in which you will participate and you can win exciting cash rewards. Apart from that, this is a healthy environment we are trying to create between the candidates who are performing in this particular quiz, or who are preparing for JAIIB, CAIIB or any bank promotion exam or any certificate exam. Because by participating at the national level quiz, you will be able to answer, then the morale will be high of yours. Your morale will be high, you will have a certain confidence. So we are trying to just create a healthy competition to increase your knowledge, to increase your information about the general knowledge, banking current affairs and banking awareness, by conducting a quiz that will be live only on Office of 24/7. So those candidates who want to apply in this particular quiz or who want to participate in this particular quiz, you can register yourself by the description. You will find the form from there. You can register yourself for this particular quiz. And I will suggest you all do participate in the quiz, because it will really help you to increase your morale before your 28th of May's exam. And also you will be able to know that what level we are knowing about these particular content. Okay, now the next information is 6 out of 8. Very good, that's a good score. And yes, for low risk customer it is 10 years, medium risk customer it is 8 years, and low risk high risk customer it is 2 years. Very good, Shakshi. Now there are 3 batches which is coming on under 24/7 application. First is your PPB case study batch, then is your all the 3 subjects of JAIIB case study batch, then we have selection batch. Selection batch is your crash course. So selection batch is starting from 20th of May. In this particular batch you will get many things. First of all, you will get the recorded classes, which is already recorded for all of you by your mentors. Second, you will get the live classes here from the 20th of May it will start, and apart from that you will get your ebooks also and mock test also. So everything which you required for JAIIB June exam, everything will be available in a certain single product, that is selection batch. It is a type of your crash course which is starting from 20th of May. Okay, don't miss any class. If you want to clear JAIIB exam, then do join from the first class, so that you will be from the first day you will be interacting with your mentors live. Okay, apart from that, these case study batches are starting from 30th of May, in which, as we know that in JAIIB we have 2 marks questions also, which are case study questions. So to solve those questions and how to approach these questions, this is the batch in which each subject will have 200 case studies for you. Okay, now this is the batches which we are going to discuss, which is coming from 30th of May and 20th of May. To enroll in these particular batch, you have to visit the 24/7 application. After visiting the application, you can go to the JAIIB and CAIIB section and apply code Y496. You will get 78% discount on the MRP. Okay, so these are the total products, or these are the recent batches related to your JAIIB preparation. Now those candidates who are new to the channel, do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon, so that all the upcoming sessions notification will be given to you by the channel. And also like the session and share with your friends and colleagues who are preparing for AML's KYC certificate exam. Okay, so thank you all for joining the session, and